Welcome to Pub Talk, the unofficial official craft beer podcast of Oklahoma. We're all about the three B's, beer buddies and bullshit. I'm Michael, and with me as always is a guy who is getting ready for the hustle and bustle as we kick off the third year of our Tulsa Tussle, Jeremy.
Hey, yo.
On today's show, it's back and bigger than ever as we pit beer from 20 breweries in the Tulsa Metro against each other over 3 episodes and crown a new champion. If you like what you hear today, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button wherever you're listening to us right now. Show us some love on social media at Pub Talk Podcast. All right, let's get into it.
Woo!
Back.
Yeah.
Back again. But way more beer.
Oh, my God. This is nuts. We've never – there's the collar jingle. We've never – I don't think we've done more than 8. Have we, for the Tulsa Tussle?
No, I think 8's the most, right? Did we do one more on another one? I think
we did the, like, back in the day, and the episodes have now been archived, we did the Beer Mageddon that was like 16.
Oh, okay.
But I don't think
we've done that in one show.
Huh?
Is that one show?
No, we were trying to do those like one pairing at a time, and that did not work out because then we couldn't find the beer again.
Oh, okay. I forgot all about that.
Because I was thinking about when I was putting beer in the fridge a minute ago, I saw the Marshall Oktoberfest. I was thinking about, I think I remember we had to replace Black Dolphin with Oktoberfest because the tournament stretched on so long that Black Dolphin, we couldn't fucking find it anywhere when it kept advancing.
Oh, man. Yep, don't remember that. Yeah. I remember Black Dolphin. I remember something like that, but yeah. I can't believe we tried to do one at a time back then, though. At least we're not trying to do all 20 in one fucking episode. Goddamn glasses.
Yeah, gotta learn the hard way, I guess. I don't know. I mean, it's archived for a reason.
Well, hey, we're doing it remotely, though. This is smart.
Yes,
and smart in a lot of ways. Safety, social distancing, and it's a lot of beer.
Yeah, and I guess we should probably break down what we've done for those listening. So, we sat down and looked at it, and when you include breweries within 45 or so minute drive of Tulsa, there were 21 technically. Fuck 9 bands, so there's 20. And that does include. So we'll throw the graphic up for the video people here, and let's just go through the way that everything matches out. So because it's 20 teams, so to speak, 20 breweries, a traditional 16 bracket doesn't work. You've got to have a little bit of a play to get into the proper bracket kind of thing. So the way we've laid this out is there are 4 matchups that kind of preclude the 16. So that's going to be Pearl Beach Brew Pub going up against Muskogee Brewing Company, Neff going up against Erie Abbey Ales, Elgin Park going up against Emerson Ice, and Fat Toad going up against Cooper and Mill. And then the rest of the tournament from there, so Nothing's Left will go up against the winner of Pearl Beach and Muskogee. Dead Armadillo and Broken Arrow are going to match up. Renaissance will go up against the winner of Neff and Erie Abbey. Heirloom and Welltown are going to go up against each other. That seems fair. Rapture will face the winner of Elgin Park and Emerson Ice. Marshall against Cabin Boys. High Gravity against the winner of Fat Toad and Cooper Mill. And then American Solera and the Prairie Brew Pub. So that's the kind of the way it breaks down for the first, I guess we'll call it round and a half, if you will. Yeah. It's a lot of beer.
Yeah, can't wait. And we kind of separated the previous champions. They're in different parts of the bracket. So Nothing's Left won the first year. The top part of the bracket, and Rapture, of course, won last year.
Yeah.
So they're on the opposite sides. See what happens. A lot of breweries that haven't been in the tournament. So I'm excited. Plus, haven't been to a lot of these breweries in fucking forever. been a lot of breweries in the past week just picking up this beer.
Yeah.
Week and a half. So it's cool. Good
Yeah,
opportunity to show people what's out there. What's out there, you can pick up these beers if you like what we say about any of them or whatever.
And I wanted to give a quick shout out actually to Welltown, because when I was doing so we split the breweries in half. We each picked up 10. Welltown was on my list. When I went to pick up the Welltown beer, they were actually closed for an event. I did not know that. It hadn't been posted on social media yet that day. I got there pretty much right when they would have opened, so that was probably why. But they were cool about it and actually let me in to buy something anyway. So I just wanted to mention that. That was awesome.
Well, I should probably shout out Mitch from Rapture for helping out with the Pearl Beach beer. Hooking us up with growlers to get that filled up and everything. Good dude, thank you. I don't know if it's going to help you advance at all, but
yeah. Well, and for that matter, he met up with me to get some Rapture beer because he was not at the farmers market the last couple weeks, and as long as we're talking about him too, I wanted to mention he's now brewing the beer at Pearl Beach, so he technically has 2 entries in this tournament. Unfair, maybe, but hey, let's fight about it. If you like Rapture beer, and you should, I just want to encourage everybody to get by there, especially if you haven't been by in a while or, whatever the case may be. Get over there to Pearl Beach and try some of the new beers he's brewing over there.
I'm looking forward to trying that. I didn't drink any while I was there yesterday because it was just a long fucking day. I drove dumb and went to Bartlesville and Pryor in the same day, and I hate fucking driving. So by that point, I was just like, I was ready to get fucking home. I should have tried something while I was there waiting. But
evidently, you hate driving less than you hate going downtown.
Yes, 100%. 100%. As I was driving, I'm like, better than going downtown. I just hate the parking situation down there, and I was down there way too much in my early 20s, and yeah, some bad things happened while I was down there, so I typically don't go there that much.
Until Corona, I was working down there every day, so
yeah,
I'm comfortable with it. No big deal.
That hat's awesome, though. I got to say, I keep looking at your fucking hat. Those weren't.
Oh yeah, when I picked up Erie Abbey, I was like, oh, I gotta have. I don't have a pink hat. I gotta have a pink hat.
That hat's fucking dope.
They've got several colors.
Do they? Well, I like that pink one. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something a little different. Anywho. Digression. Also wanted to mention real quick before we start drinking. Fuck Hershey's. If you haven't seen the post from High Gravity, it's been a few days ago now, about Hershey's demanding profits from the sale of their Jolly Goza.
Not just the profits, the gross.
Yeah.
They want all the sales from that fucking beer. Cocksuckers, that's so stupid.
Just shocked the fuck out of me to read that. I assume they'd be good with like okay, we won't do it anymore.
Yeah, well, I even looked it up. I was like searching shit and how they've handled stuff in the past, and I found some stuff on Twitter to where if people just took the stuff down, they were sending letters, hey, that's good by us, blah, blah, blah. It's like, what the fuck? Why can't you do that for this small-ass brewery in fucking Tulsa, dickbags?
Yeah, so I hope they can get that situation cleared up and not have to pay them what I would assume is a pretty significant amount of money, especially for, like you said, a small brewery. I really just wanted to say publicly, like, that's fucked up. And makes me not want to, a huge company that makes a lot of shit, but it makes me not want to buy anything from them. And that's just another reason to support small business. Jesus Christ.
I can be spiteful. That'll be easy. I won't buy their shit. I just got I'm sure they're under a huge fucking, there's a big umbrella that's associated with them and shit.
Well, I'm like paranoid that I won't know I'm buying them. That's
right.
The problem.
It'd be like trying to figure out if something's crap, but way fucking worse.
Yeah. And also, I'm just kind of worried that Twix is Hershey. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we should kick it off, right? I'm ready to drink this beer. And I guess, so are we going to rate these and go with the higher cumulative rating, or do we just want to kind of go with gut instincts, or what do you think? We've done it both in the past.
What did you say happened in the past?
We've done both in the past.
I don't know if we have to rate them.
Okay.
We just want to say which one we like the best, and then, I don't know, then maybe have to rate it or something.
Yeah, if it's a split vote.
Yeah.
Okay. Right on. So let's see. I guess since I picked up both of these, I should probably talk about what they are. So our first matchup, we're going to kick off basically with the bottom half of the bracket. If you're looking at the bracket on the video, so the first matchup we're going to go with here is Elgin Park and Emerson Nice. And if you're not familiar, it's a little weird that you're listening to this podcast, but Elgin Park is a brew pub downtown Tulsa, right across from the Drillers Stadium, and Emerson Nice is a pretty new brewery, brew pub type place in Owasso, Oklahoma, just north of the Tulsa Metro. Both of them kind of specialize in beer that pairs well with sitting there and having several while you're eating a meal, hanging out. I will say Emerson Nice has got a couple heavier things on the menu now. But for the sake of being able to do half of the bracket at once, I did not go with those options. Plus, we're hoping to do a dark beer tournament later in the year. So, because let's be honest, we're still going to be social distancing.
Yep.
So that all that to say, the beer from Emerson Nice is it's called German Corner. It's a Hefeweizen. I don't remember the ABV. It's 5 something if I'm not mistaken. I had this the other night with dinner. Tasty shit. The beer from Elgin Park is Willie Mays Haze. It's a hazy IPA. It is also 5 something ABV. I've had that before as well. Really, really good, refreshing beers on both parts. So this should be an interesting matchup.
I've had neither of these beers. I'll throw that out there.
Okay.
I might have had the Willie Mays Haze at some point, but I don't think I have.
I am both places with some frequency due to working and living near them. So. I should probably also say if you're doing audio only, there's going to be some parts that are just us drinking, and I'm sorry for your ears.
At least it's not going to be as bad as having the fucking mic like in our mouth.
Right on our mouths.
That shit's hard to listen to. And this being one of our most popular episodes every fucking year.
Yeah.
Be a little bit easier on the ears.
Yeah, this usually... I forgot to give my disclaimer of don't get your feelings hurt, by the way. This is for fun. We love you all a long time, except 9 man.
And that one from Emerson Nice is really good.
Yeah. I'm having a hard time here. They're both
going back and forth.
Yeah, they're both fucking tasty.
Somehow in my mind, I told myself I'm only gonna have to take like a couple drinks of each.
Shoot.
I'm just gonna wind up keep drinking both of these until they're gone because this is really fucking close for me.
Yeah, same.
I like the aftertaste and everything of the Willie Mays Haze better, but I think it's because recency bias. I've been really hooked on that type of beer lately because they're both good.
So
I'm definitely leaning that way.
Yeah. And this is where, like I've said, I don't want to upset anybody that gets knocked out the first round, whatever. Love the guys. Well, the guy and gal. Love the folks over at Emerson Nice. That's my hometown brewery at this point, right? I'm in there a ton. Love Ben over at Elgin Park when I was working downtown, and that was a great happy hour spot. I don't want to eliminate any of these or any beer in the tournament, really. And that's what makes this kind of fun and entertaining and hard. But I've got to go just off the top. I like the hazy IPA better. I just do. I really enjoy this German Corner. I killed probably 3 of these when I was having dinner the other night. And I'm in the mug club, so that was a big ass glass too. Man, it's a great summer crusher.
That'd be perfect. Go grilling. I've been grilling like damn near every day. And
well, now you've got 2/3 of a growler.
I've got that. Yeah, that'll be what I'm using later tonight.
But yeah, I've got to give the nod to Ben over at Elgin Park and this Willie Mays Haze, and it's close. And again, it's not that I don't like this other one; it's fucking delicious. But
Sure.
just, mm.
Mm-hmm. Hey, that one was easy. There was no dissension. We agreed. I'm sure they'll all go like that.
No,
maybe.
Well, I don't want to chug these, but
fight my urge to finish these off before I go get the other two.
That's what I'm sitting here like I shouldn't do that. I will probably be buzzed after these two.
Yeah.
All right. Good God, we're back. With our next matchup, which is it's going to be a couple of we'll call them out of town breweries. They're a little bit of a drive outside of Tulsa. Fat Toad, which is in Pryor, Oklahoma, and then Cooper and Mill, which is located in Bartlesville, Oklahoma. Michael, I know you picked these beers up, so I'll let you talk about what we've got in our cups.
Yeah. You say cups? What did you say?
I did say cups. I was hearing Lil Jon in my head. What's happening? What's up? I got this.
Okay. God damn it! I got a little tipsy off just drinking those first two beers.
Same. Yep. But hey, social distancing, and we're both at home, so whatever happens. It's just more editing. That's all it means.
So, so the one we got from Cooper Mill, went there yesterday to pick it up. It is their Neopa Northeast Oklahoma Pale Ale. This is 5.4. Didn't you just say 7.4?
That's what Untapped has, but it also has the word hooch after.
Oh, that was a different one.
Oh, is that a different thing?
That's a different variant. That's a variant or something.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
We went there. Because, I think that one is stronger.
Okay.
So this is just, I guess, their bait. Because they make the Neopa and they make like 2 or 3 different versions of it. Maybe more than that.
I remember that now.
This is the regular one. It's a hazy IPA, or it's got to be a hazy IPA. I don't know. The Neopa thing throws me off. But
I would hazy. And this does nothing for people not watching video, but I'd say that's hazy. Also, our glass.
That going up against. Now that we're having these, I'm trying to think about how many fucking hazy beers we have, because now this is 3 out of 4 that are hazy.
It's damn near a hazy tournament, but that's all right.
The other one, the Hops Don't Lie, which you had the Little John song. This one, every time, goddamn Shakira's song stuck in my head.
Might be the last Super Bowl show ever. So
right. This one says it's a 6%, I think 5 on tap, so not as high as some of the other ones. Awesome brewery. When I went there, the construction or whatever for their new tap room, like it looks completely different. There's like a whole new building that I don't think was there last time.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
And then there is some construction out front. It's kind of standoffish, just kind of confusing on how to get to there, but they're open. So make sure if you're able, like you said, short drive, good beer, good people in there.
Love that.
Battle. They're always super cool too. We see them at like beer festivals and stuff. I think we ran into them at Dark Mode.
Always remember us. Always extra kind. Yeah, love those guys.
Those tacos from fucking one of the podcasts were dope.
Yeah.
They started putting their beer. You can get their beer in places, right? Or maybe the COVID fucked that up.
I think it fucked it up a little bit. They're on tap a handful of places. I know they're at Tap on the Tracks in Claremore. Probably Main Street.
I think I heard her say that yesterday. Sorry, I talked over you.
No, it's fine. I think probably Main Street Tavern in Claremore as well, because obviously that's close to Pryor. Beyond that, I'm not super sure, but yeah, it's not a bad drive at all to go pick up some beer there. And their current tap room, which I know they're expanding, but their initial tap room that they're still in right now I enjoyed the fuck out of it. It's got a nice like kind of rustic country vibe, laid back. Just I could drink a lot
artwork and stuff. Yeah, it's I don't know. We've talked about going to small towns and how uncomfortable that makes me feel and shit, but going to that place feels comfortable as soon as you go in. Friendly staff, people around, and the layout and stuff is pretty cool.
Mhm.
So it was cool to be in there because I hadn't been in there. I know you've been there since we did the interview, but I haven't been there since we did the interview, whatever the fuck that was.
It's a year and a half ago, probably.
So another battle of the hazies, I suppose.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. This one's a little bit easy for me. And this is again where I'm going to repeat myself a lot doing this. Like, I like both of these beers. I like both of these breweries. What I'm going to say here in a second isn't meant to shit on anything. But the Fat Toad Hops Don't Lie beer, I'm voting for that, hands down.
Yeah, I agree, 100%. It's fucking super good.
These
I
are both.
remember.
Oh, go ahead.
I remember when we went there, really digging the Neopa and the different variants they had. Really good beer. But the other one I think is quite a bit better for me.
Yeah, yeah. This shit, it's so fucking super smooth and just, I don't know. I'm
Shakira. Goddamn
not.
song.
That might not hurt anything. Maybe I am associating it with Shakira, right? But I drink her. Gonna cut that. Maybe.
And I don't know if we should mention it, but if you're looking to go to these places just to take beer home with you, you might reach out first to see if they have stuff available. COVID's fucking shit up with people getting having crowlers and stuff available. I know some places aren't getting theirs till next month, so you might reach out for that if that is your goal.
Or just take growlers with you.
Do what?
Or just take empty growlers with you.
Yeah. Just be prepared that if you're doing that and you go somewhere, just so you don't get all pissy or whatever. Because I'm sure you wouldn't, but some people are like that.
Oh, yeah, yes. Yeah, and definitely go check out both of these breweries. They're not that far of a drive. They're both making great beer, and I don't know the people at Cooper and Mill that well, but the people at Fat Toad are awesome. I've had good interactions at Cooper and Mill. I just don't know them like by name or anything.
Yeah, I think both times I've been the people working the bar at Cooper Mill have been extremely nice. And there's food options around both places if you want to get some food or whatever, make a day of it. Definitely recommend going out, checking them out.
Yeah, so Fat Total advance. And I guess now that we've done these two kind of outside the 16 brackets on the lower half, we should mention, so Elgin Park just advanced a moment ago to face Rapture in the next round, whereas Fat Toad's going to go up against High Gravity later in this episode. So maybe by then we'll be singing and shit. We're back. Beer's what? 5 and 6? 12, 15, whatever. Yeah, so our next matchup is we're going to do Marshall and Cabin Boys. And again, if you're not watching the video, you don't have the visual of the bracket. This might be kind of confusing. Check out the video, YouTube. Just search Pub Talk Podcast. Or you can go to our website to find it, pubtalkpodcast.com. So next one's Marshall and Cabin Boys. I'll talk about the Cabin Boys beer real quick because I picked that up, and then I'll let you talk about the Marshall beer. So the Cabin Boys entry is it's their third volume of the Edge beer that they do each summer. I think I've talked pretty extensively here on the show about 2 years ago, the first version of the Edge beer. I fucking loved. Yeah. Loved that beer. My favorite Cabin Boys beer by a large margin. I wish they would have just brought that back every year. But I can't honestly remember what the Edge beer was last year. I just know I didn't like it as much as the first one. So I have not tried Volume 3 yet, but it's a wit beer. It says it has passion fruit, orange peel and coriander in it. It is 5.5% alcohol by volume. There's again, this doesn't work if you're listening to just audio, but there's Lisa's amazing can art.
Their art is awesome always.
I know. Yeah, that's so. Anyway, so I'm very curious to try this because I did like that first version quite a bit. So,
and the other one, hey, it's not a hazy pale ale or anything.
I know neither of them are.
What the fuck are we doing? It's Marshall's Oktoberfest, just released not that long ago. You know, I went through quite a few of their beers over the past couple of weeks, deciding on which one I wanted to do. Almost went with, I could have cheated and went with their Dunkel and just seen how far that could have went.
every round I would have just been like Dunkel.
But I didn't. I went with their Oktoberfest. I'm sorry, I kind of put in a ringer for me. I love their Oktoberfest beer. Yep. This is one of the ones I think they had at the state fair. Was that last year? I think it was last year. But I kept going back.
Last few years, yeah.
Kept going back to and drinking. It's really good. It is 6% ABV. See what they say about it. Beautiful, deep Cooper colored. That's not right. Probably copper colored.
Copper, yeah.
Copper colored lager highlighted by a complex malt flavor elegantly balanced by the bittering of noble German hops. This beer is extremely smooth and highly drinkable.
I will say that probably the saddest thing to me, aside from the obvious things like people dying and whatnot, about just on a selfish level about COVID, has been the cancellation of Tulsa Oktoberfest this year.
Yeah.
You know, I've been to every single one since 2005 or 6 or something like that. It coincides with my anniversary weekend now, wedding anniversary, that is. And for the last several years, it's been, I go there and I get a stein of Marshall Oktoberfest to kick off the night, and then I go from there. You know, just a quick aside so that we're not just saying this beer's good for this whole episode. But it's a little bit of a homer for me as well.
Yeah, Marshall's fucking beers are so goddamn crushable, enjoyable. Just they're so fucking delicious. You can just keep going back, and I did with this one for sure. It's so fucking good. It doesn't have a lot of people, not frills, not super popular in a lot of beer groups or whatever, because people just, I guess, don't enjoy the traditional shit, but they kill it with that. And they do make a lot of cool one-offs and stuff. It's just not stuff that you can take home from the tap room. So that's another reason too, if you're able to go in there, and they're up on their COVID shit. So they're making sure people are social distancing, and staff's taking precautions. So if you want to, because they've released 2, I think, one-offs this week. They both look at Saison Honhon and Citra IPA.
Yeah, I would have tried that.
The term, couldn't do it. Man, I kind of feel like this is almost super unfair.
It's almost super unfair.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if you disagree with me on this, I will fight you. Marshall's is the fucking measuring stick in Tulsa, if not Oklahoma.
1,000%.
Before I knew I was drinking craft beer, was drinking their McNally's Pub Ale. What else? The Sundown Wheat, some of that stuff, McNally's and wherever I could find it back in like 2008 and 9. Yeah. So, I mean, for me, I don't know if it's fuzzy feelings about wishing I could go to Oktoberfest in Tulsa this year. I don't know if it's my affinity towards Marshall for a million reasons. This Oktoberfest is just a fucking awesomely made beer. I could drink a bunch of these in a sitting. The Cabin Boys beer, I'm not feeling as much. Marshall gets my nod, hands down.
Oh, yeah. This one was probably the easiest so far between the two. But again, it's a beer that I knew that I super enjoyed beforehand. There are others they make that I enjoy more too, but this one's awesome. And like I said, good memories attached to it. And yeah, this one, easy. Marshall.
Motherfucker, we're back. Language. There will be more language as we drink more. And I guess for the benefit of those that might be concerned about our health, we are drain pouring some of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so our next matchup is I think it's an interesting matchup. It's American Solera against the Prairie Brew Pub, which I realize isn't Prairie proper, but it's still
the battle of the big names.
Yeah, it's kind of two juggernauts in the Oklahoma beer scene, squaring off, steel cage style.
Like it.
So again, Michael grabbed one of these and I grabbed one. So I guess actually I'll let you kick off this time. Talk about the Solera beer.
Okay. So this one I haven't had yet, which is weird because I've been drinking a shitload of American Solera's beer lately.
Hey, it helps when their online ordering system is fucking amazing.
So easy. It's so fucking easy. I wish more breweries would do that. I mean, it's so cool to just be able to, like, I want this, go in and walk the fuck out. It's more people need to fucking do that. But it's also hard too because it's like I don't want to post 6 American Solera pictures in a row for, for Instagram. So I've just got all this backlog of all these pictures. But I haven't had this one yet. I purposely waited to try it until the show. This one is there. It's called No Parking Studios. I think it's a collaboration with, like, I don't know who they are, an artist or something in Tulsa. You know who No Parking Studios is?
No.
I think so. But the cans all like, I mean, their cans are always cool, but super arty. I might look that up later while we're talking about them. But it is let's say here, Oat Pale Ale with Nelson and Citra. 5% ABV, which is definitely on the low end compared to the fucking that I've been drinking lately. Yeah, good stuff. I hope it's good. I didn't want to go with, because I kept going back and forth with them too. I almost picked one of the terpenes to put in because they're like in regular rotation. American Solera does so many one-offs that keep coming out. I thought about getting one that comes back pretty regular, but then I was like, fuck it, I'll do this one that's something I haven't tried. A little bit different, Oat Pale Ale. We'll see how it does, I guess.
Yeah, makes sense. And so my entry from the Prairie Brew Pub is Fanny Pack Assassin. It's a pale ale. It's 5.4% alcohol by volume. And again, this does nothing if you're just doing audio, but I just love this Prairie Brew Pub glass with the beer making out.
Yeah, that one's awesome.
I intentionally, and we touched on this earlier in the intro, but I intentionally stayed away from the darker beers there. I also intentionally stayed away from sours. I just wanted to try something that Prairie wasn't necessarily known for. And the brew pub's different anyway, but yeah, I guess here we go. Right.
Well, yeah, and it looks like No Parking Studios does do some type of art because pulled up the post on it. It said that 5% oat ale pale, 5% oat pale ale, dry hop with Nelson, Sauvin, and Citra, and label art by No Parking Studios. So,
did someone else just do an oat pale ale?
I feel they did.
I think it was Stone Cloud had an oat shoes or something. I don't know if it's the same style beer. I can't remember, but. I'm like, I've heard oat somewhere recently.
They tend to be on the same boat with Solera too, putting out a lot of one-off IPAs pretty regularly, which are all really good.
Yeah. One of these days, we'll figure out a way to do an Oklahoma City tournament of some variety. I don't know how we would manage that to get the beer and have it be fresh. And I guess if we both went down there at the same time, it hit literally every brewery. But Jesus Christ, that's a long day.
Right. Oh well, yeah, he does. I've looked up this dude. He's got a Facebook page. He does a lot of cool art. No Parking Studios. Only 104 likes. Go check that out if you like art and shit. Support local and whatnot.
You hipster fucks, you like craft beer, you should like art.
Yep. What type of beer is this again? From fucking
Prairie one? It's a pale ale.
Prairie, yeah. Colors.
I kind of suspect this might be one where we differ. I guess we'll see. I really enjoy these both. I just want to start with that. These are both good beers. How do I say this? If you've had an American Solera IPA, you know vaguely what this beer tastes like. And that's not a bad thing. You know, they obviously use the same base recipe for their IPAs. I'm not surprised by this beer. It's good. Would gladly drink a 4-pack. I definitely taste the Citra, which is probably my favorite hop. I like it a lot. But this brewpub beer has kind of caught me off guard a little bit. I wasn't real sure what to expect.
You get some fruit, like it's like some type of weird fruit coming out of it.
There is some sort of fruit note. I can't put my finger on it. And it's got an interesting darker color, which I guess is somewhat common in pale ales. But I don't know. This brewpub beer caught me off guard. I like it a lot. It's smooth as fuck. Like we were just saying, it's got some sort of fruit flavor. I don't know. I'm finishing this glass. None of this will be drained for sure. Brewpub gets my nod.
I'm not gonna lie, there's something about that Solera one that I don't like. It's sitting on my tongue weird. It's different than most of the ones I've drank from them lately. I don't know what that is. I'll drink more of it.
Yeah, it's good. It's just I just prefer the brewpub one. Plus, I like fanny packs. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a kid from the '90s, or I was a kid in the '90s. I guess I'm from the '80s. But yeah, these are both delicious.
Whatever's on the back end of this fucking Prairie one is really intriguing. I wish I could know what that flavor is.
Let me look in the Untappd profile and see if it says.
It doesn't.
Oh, you already looked? Okay, well then never mind.
There's something nostalgic feeling about it. Like it tastes, there's something, I don't know.
Like it was made with a high C juice pack or some shit.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know what
it's fucking flavor. It's going down like a fucking glass of Kool-Aid in an August day, man. It's fucking
right. It's got something there that reminds me of something I haven't had in a while that tastes really good. So we're not going to differ. I like that one more, which is it's crazy to me. I would have thought I would have picked Solera easily over this one.
I was intrigued by this one, but I didn't necessarily think we would get an upset. I considered it an upset.
Yeah, for sure.
Nothing against the brewpub necessarily. I don't drink there as much as I maybe should. So that's probably got something to do with my perception that Solera was just going to lay the fucking smack down. But they're both great beers, and you should go out of your way to drink both of these. If Solera was
that one's really fucking good, though. That might have become my dark horse for the fucking tournament.
It might. I could see
I didn't expect. I don't know. Don't be too negative about it, but I didn't expect it to do much, to be honest. Because I haven't drank a lot of their beers from the brewpub.
JFC, we're back.
Back again.
That's Jesus fucking Christ for the uninitiated. So our next matchup, we're moving on in. Getting deeper in the tournament here. We've got a previous winner from earlier in this episode with Fat Toad. From Pryor, Oklahoma, going up against Tulsa's High Gravity, Pippin's Tap Room at High Gravity, if you want to get technical about it. So, Michael, you picked both of these up. I know we've already talked about the Fat Toad, but let's just reiterate that one and also High Gravity beer.
So, from Cooper and Mill, we've got – or not Cooper and Mill.
They lost.
Happens on this tournament. My bad. From Fat Toad, their hops don't lie. Shakira, 5 to 6% ABV. It's one of those. It's a hazy pale ale. Good stuff. Going up against High Gravity, Brewing. So last year they were a finalist with their
Years ago.
Legend of El Dorado. I think.
Oh wait, yeah, that
No,
was last year. Yeah.
it was last year. It was them, Big Moon from Nothing's Left, and whatever Rapture. I don't even know what beer Rapture had that won.
It was an IPA. I can't remember the name.
So a finalist from last year. This time picked up their. It is called Solid AF Citra. If you're old, solid as fuck Citra. I'm
As
old, and I
fuck.
knew that too. But anyway, Solid AF Citra. Apparently, it is their first in our Essential Hop series, which is kind of cool. Says it is a showcase of why Citra hops are the staple of the craft beer industry. Beer has all things citrus, grapefruit, lime, tropical fruits, and just the right amount of bitterness. It's solid as fuck. Gluten reduced.
Okay.
That's what it said.
Yeah.
5% ABV. So I'm liking that most of these are around that 5% mark.
We'd have to have called this by now, take a time out or whatever. But let's go eat a burrito and come back.
With this shit. It's a lower ABV. So yeah, High Gravity versus Fat Toad.
And again, this is where I encourage you to watch the video because we're silent drinking beer.
And the stuff that High Gravity makes is very solidly made beer, and it should be because they fucking judge all those beer things, and they've been doing this shit forever. They're mentioned on so many shows with people that got their start because they bought their stuff from High Gravity.
Yeah.
They've got to be the people that have mentioned the most, other than when we were doing Oklahoma City all the time, and Red Earth kept getting mentioned. But High Gravity's been on a roll lately when it comes to getting mentioned in these interviews.
They've been mentioned in some of the Oklahoma City ones.
Yep. But yeah, they always make real solid, well-made beers. Like they throw in the gluten reduced, they have to because they have to make the beers because one of them needs gluten reduced beer, right?
That's right. Yeah.
But really solid beers. That Legend of El Dorado was fucking awesome last year. I don't know if I picked one up. They just re-released that at High Gravity, so you can go out there and pick that one up right now. But this one,
you can also get the newly renamed Zing.
I struggled with too because I bought one of those Jolly Goza whatever beers, the watermelon one.
Yeah, and you're
the next day, it was like this shit happened. I'm just like, man, I like that picture. I guess I won't post it.
Yeah, and I'm a big time homer for Citra hops, man. It's when we were doing the initial social distancing episodes in March and April, we were asking, this or that and doing that lightning round thing. That was one of the questions we would ask. It was Citra or Sabro, I think.
Sabro. Yeah.
We talked about that on several episodes in a row as a result that I'm a homer for Citra. And so that's going to make this a little bit more difficult. And I just, man, we talked earlier about how much we love the people from Fat Toad. I fucking love Desiree and Dave over at High Gravity. They're always at every festival and anything we run into them at.
Desiree's been on a shitload of episodes.
Yeah, she was on 3 in a row last year. So I guess what I'm driving at is whichever beer wins this round, quality people and quality beer at both places, please go buy from them.
Yeah. And speaking of those from the early quarantine episodes, I leaned towards Sabro at the time. And at the time, there wasn't a whole lot of beers that were using that hop. There were quite a few, but not a lot. There's been a shitload since then. It seems like it's popping up everywhere. And I've kind of fallen off that horse, and I'm going with High Gravity with this one.
Oh, shit, you're going to put it on me.
So I jumped out there this time. So
I'm sniffing these bitches. These beers, not nice young ladies. Because these are both fucking... It's so close. I don't know what to do. And I love both of these breweries and both of these people, and these beers are so similar. I will say, if you're watching the video again, you can see that the Fat Toad one's actually quite a bit hazier than the High Gravity one's, a little more clear.
Damn, I like that glass. I haven't seen that one before.
This?
You got a high gravity Craft Masters glass. That's my favorite glass lately. I don't have one here, but the only one I've seen on their store lately has just been one of their small
I've had this one for a
wine.
few years, so
Yeah, I dig that style.
um, you know, I we could get into the ratings and all this shit, try to make a decision. I don't know if I necessarily want to do that. So, in the interest of making this a little easier, because it is just a kind of hair difference.
Love cunt hairs.
I mean, yeah, we're
The
older.
expression. The expression is awesome.
You young people wax. People our age range let it go a little bit. Anywho, um, I'll go with high gravity as well. It's so fucking close for me. It just kind of doesn't. It just almost doesn't matter. So if you feel strongly,
Yeah, I do. To be honest,
I
don't get me wrong. I like that Fat Toad beer.
I'm
A
just
lot.
grateful. I'm grateful I now have a crowler of hops on lime in my fridge that hasn't been open that I can drink.
There you go.
God damn it, we're back.
Back again.
So yeah, this matchup is the last one of the bottom half of our, what is that? I don't know. The 16 teams. We've got defending champion from 2019, Rapture, squaring off against Elgin Park, who, I think nothing against Elgin Park, but I think they surprised us a little bit with how delicious this beer was in round one.
Oh, for sure. Looked awesome pouring it a second ago. I really liked it. I really
I got a little excited pouring it. I'm not gonna lie. But the Rapture beer, the Elgin Park beer is again Willie Mays Hayes, so 5.5% or so. NEPA. Rapture, on the other hand, is a little bit of an interesting beer. And let's see here. I should probably look up the description because I don't think I should fuck it up.
I feel like I want to give this a WWE, like an intro, reigning, defending.
Yeah, UFC, WWE, something, yeah.
Something. Get some Bruce Buffer shit going on. Champion of the world.
In this
Champion of Tulsa. I haven't had it since then. I'm excited. Oh, shit.
Since when?
Since you gave it to me. I don't remember when that was.
Let's see. So 5.5% farmhouse saison.
Oh.
It's called Porch Saison de Porch. Porch, if you don't know, is the goat out at Prairie Creek Farms, which is where Rapture's brewed, or at least he's done some brewing over Pearl Beach now, but it's where a lot of Rapture beer has been brewed over the years. So I'm not necessarily going to get into all the different things that go into the beer and stuff. That could be something for Mitch to talk about the next time he's on.
Okay.
But it's a 5.5% saison. It's tasty. Harder to get than a lot of the beers we have on this this tournament. So make sure you're hitting up the farmers market when Rapture's there Saturday mornings. There at Kendall Whittier.
Anybody else have them? Does Ian get them out there at
Beer Garden and Collins Midtown Liquor both got them, but I don't know about Beer Garden because I'm never in that part of town these days. But Collins Midtown was out of them the last time I was in. I don't know, or they were hiding. Maybe that's it. Anyway, point being,
follow him on social media to find out where it's going because they're pretty good with shit.
Exactly.
And I ain't gonna lie, I've got a favorite going into this. I said it before we did this fucking episode. I'm a huge fan of saisons.
Yeah.
We got kind of into the craft beer game probably late for a lot of people, but still early for a lot of people.
You are, yeah.
But I still go back to really enjoying the saison that was at Marshall's 10th anniversary, and there's been several others that I really like, and I dig the style. I know you're not as big a fan of the style, right? Like if you were to choose saison,
it's fairly far down there for me. as far as
Yeah.
styles. But you and I are versed on other things. I like sours more than you do, and
Yeah, for sure, 100%. So I'm gonna
that's
try
what.
not to be like a homer bitch for a style that I like. I want to take the shit, but I've also drank a little bit, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what makes this kind of shit interesting. I try to take my feelings out of these tournaments. I try. It
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
always work.
And I would hope other people could do the same and take your feelings out of this. It's all in good fun. It's all about enjoying local fucking beer, sharing the knowledge, sharing what's out there, and hope other people go enjoy
And
the same
honestly,
shit.
like I would encourage everyone out there, if you think we're being weird or you disagree with us, even if you don't, go get all this beer and try it your goddamn self and send us something at Pub Talk Podcast on social media. Tell us what you think. Tell us why we're wrong.
I'd love to hear that. Yeah. Because I'm sure there's other people that are out there that could score this shit. Well, it's not this and this.
Yeah, but
Fuck all that.
like, I'm
I just
sorry,
got to.
beer is subjective, and you can score it and you can do whatever else. We've rated beers for 7 years now, but
Yep.
it's subjective. It depends on your mood. It depends on how long was it sitting on the liquor store shelf. It depends on all kinds of different factors, and I don't begrudge anybody that likes a beer that I don't. Let's
Yeah.
just
Enjoy what you enjoy.
anyway. These are both delicious beers. My gut instinct is I just enjoy the NEPA style more than Saison. So I am digging the Elgin Park beer more. Not to say that this Saison du Porch is not delicious. I killed 2 or 3 bottles of this a few weeks ago. I clearly like it. And I'm not even necessarily saying I vote one way or the other. I'm just prefacing all of that with, like, both of these beers are delicious, and I'm so happy to drink either of them.
Tell you one thing: the Saison du Porch has a nice little change of pace for the tournament too, because we've got a lot of fucking hazy
It's
beers.
only
So
Saison,
I
as far
think
as I know.
that might even be weighing on me a little bit more too, because it's so different than what we've been drinking. But it's so goddamn smooth. It's so my tongue loves every part of that. This one's pretty good too, though.
This is tough for me. This is I love, Ben at Elgin is awesome. Mitch at Rapture is awesome. Both breweries are awesome. I've had phenomenal experiences. Our episodes with them, drinking them wherever it may be, whether it's festival, at the source, et cetera. You're waiting on me on this one, aren't you?
No, I'm still deciding. Actually,
Are you?
not even bullshitting. I'm still deciding. I was actually just zoned out a minute. I was going through the interviews in my mind, so I went back to Elgin Park for a second because that wasn't that incredibly long ago.
No, but it
It
was
was
before COVID, which makes it feel like it was a lifetime ago.
20 years ago, right? Yeah. I was going back to that interaction with Ben there, and really cool dude, really good informational. Like he was. It was cool hearing stuff from him, learning about certain things. Awesome episode to listen to. If you haven't, go listen to that shit. Why not? Were we doing video then?
Yeah.
Is that when we first started doing
Oh,
video?
we've been video over a year. Yeah.
Definitely go check that one out. It's good. It's really good. And it took me back to the beer that we had there that one day too, because I don't have a lot of experience with their beers, but that one was good too. It was some Italian Pilsner or something. It was
Yep.
good shit.
Yeah.
This one's it's legit. I'm gonna drink more of them. You can talk if you want to.
So what do you think? And you said you thought you knew where you were headed.
Oh, I thought I did until I drank more of the other one.
Oh,
I'm kind of caught up now.
this is gonna be
bit.
fun. At it.
I ain't gonna bullshit. Look, I'm gonna drink one more. It's Saison du Porch for me, easily. I knew that going into it because I like that style quite a bit. I like hazy IPAs or whatever too. But when I got to try that one, because I didn't make it out to the farm when you went for the release or whatever, and he brought it to me, drink that one day, and it was, God damn it, it was good. And he makes other ones that are good.
Yeah.
Can't think of them right now, other Saison style ones, but because I've drank a few today. But it's so good. It's so smooth, perfect for this hot ass weather. But it has a good flavor and a good bite to it.
Yeah.
But also feel light. If that makes sense. It's got some weight to it. It's good for me. I dig it.
No, I think as I hit the table, I think that all makes sense, and I guess I'm pussing out or whatever here, but I was so close on these again, much as I was on the Fat Toad and High Gravity earlier. I could kind of go either way, and it just kind of depends on what mood I'm in and what I want to drink that day. And at the end of the day, everything you just said is accurate about the Rapture beer and everything. In the interest of kind of keeping things moving, and I also like the idea of the defending champ moving on a little bit here. Nothing against Elgin Park at all. That beer's delicious. I've got to give the nod also to Saison du Porch. We'll see what happens.
Right on.
So Rapture's moving on. And with that, we're going to call it a day on this first part of the third annual Tulsa Tussle. Inside baseball here, I guess, but we did keep recording and attempted to fill out the bottom half of the bracket the rest of the way, but it got a little too sloppy and incoherent, so we'll give that another try and turn this into a four-parter probably. So come back next week for the first part of the upper half of the bracket. Send us a message on social media. Let us know what you think of these beers. If you think we're right, if you think we're wrong, if you just enjoy listening, at Pub Talk Podcast on social media. You can find us on the web, pubtalkpodcast.com. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you get to hear the rest of the tournament and all of our future episodes. Check out the back catalog too. As always, never forget there's nothing in life too big or hard you can't handle it over a few beers with your good friends. Until next time, just chill till the next episode.